everyone, so I'm back again with another video. This time around I have some more current and last gen video game pickups to share with you guys. And I actually have a decent set of games here, including some PS3, 360, and some DS games and one PSP game as well. I haven't been getting anything that's brand new. All of these are used, in fact. And actually, no, one game here is new, but of course it is a last gen game. But I have a couple of new games pre-ordered that I will be picking up soon, so just look forward to those as well. First up, though, I'm going to show you guys these here. I got two codes for Arceus for Pokemon X and Y, or Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I went to two different EB games to get these, but of course I went to the easiest ones to get to, and that was the one inside the Eden Center and the one just directly across the street from the Eden Center. Both of those locations are pretty central, and it's easy to just go to each of them to get them. Basically what it is a code for a level 100 Arceus with the ability Multi-Type and the moves Judgment, Recover, Hyper Beam, and Perish Song. And you can go to any EB games from now until August 24th and just pick that up right in store. And it's just one per customer, but of course if you go to multiple locations, it's a whole other story, and also it is while supplies last. Let me just put that off to the side and move on to the next item here. I went to a store that I go to every once in a while, but I don't go there too often. Just because for the most part the games that they have there, I'm pretty much well aware of what they have. And a lot of their games do tend to be overpriced. It's a store called High Tech, but they have ridiculous deals there as well. This deal here actually was pretty decent. They have, from all the games on their shelves, buy 2 games and you get 3 for free, which is just a ridiculous deal. So I tried getting games that were $14.99 each. I ended up paying just $30 flat. They don't charge tax if you're paying cash. So I paid $30 for 5 games. One game, though, was for the GameCube, and that's going to be in another video. But these are the 4 sort of last-gen games that I got. First up are, I suppose I'll start with the PS3 game. It's Full Auto 2 Battle Lines. It seems like it's just a racing game, but you can attack your opponents with guns and stuff that are mounted to your vehicle, which is pretty interesting. And it says that there's a lot of customizable cars and weapons in there as well. So I thought I might as well check it out, and it is at least published by Sega, so I will get more and more Sega games. I'll always buy more and more Sega games. Next game that I got isn't that interesting, and in fact it is just a sort of card game. It's Neverland Card Battles, but it's just kind of interesting, and that's actually one of the ones that I grabbed for free. The way that you could look at it pretty much is 5 games for $30, split that up however much it is, $5 or $6 per game. Or you can look at it as 2 full-priced games for $15 and then 3 for free. But either way, it seemed kind of interesting, so I thought I'd go ahead and grab that. The other 2 games I'm going to be showing you guys in this video are both DS games. One was $12.99, the other one was $14.99. The first one here is called Wendy Windham, and it's actually a weird fighting game that uses both of the screens on the DS to actually show the arena that you're fighting in. It's not really an arena, it's a 2D fighting game, but the screen sort of doubles up and it shows you multiple sort of levels in the fighting as well, so it's pretty interesting. But the characters for the most part look pretty generic. Like you get like a trashy girl, a guy wearing a mask, kitty girl, main generic guy, big muscular guy over there, some girl that seems to have some kind of charms, and the other ones just look pretty generic as well. but should be interesting enough to see how each of those characters plays. The other game that I got is, well, it seemed interesting to me, and then I looked further into it, and definitely a game that I'd like to add to my collection, and very happy that I am adding it to my collection right now. It's Moon, again for the DS. It's a first-person shooter that's set on the moon, and you might be wondering what it plays like on the DS. It's actually one of the best-looking games on the DS in terms of sort of what you would expect of like a first-person shooter with sort of 6th to 7th gen graphics. It looks, again, pretty good on the DS. Lots of games just ended up looking pretty blocky and gross on the DS or too overly cartoony. But this one here, definitely pretty good. It uses the same engine as the Dementium games, or Dementium. Not even too sure on how to pronounce those, but I'll just say Dementium, the Ward. They're survival horror games, and they're also in the first-person perspective. This one here, though, surprisingly, it even is compatible with the Rumble Pack. It was just a small Game Boy Advance cartridge that just had the Rumble motor built into it, and you plug it into your DS or DS Lite, and you add Rumble functionality to games. But very few games actually ended up using that. I think the Star Fox Command game used the Rumble feature, but I can't think of many other games that did use the Rumble feature. Now, if you know of any other games that did use it, please just let me know in the comment section below. Now, moving on to the next two games that I got here. I got these both at the Value Village that I usually go to. Nothing too interesting, but they're, I mean, decent games. Definitely well known. The first one here is Resident Evil Revelations, and the other one is Diablo 3. Now, of course, there are other ways of playing these games as well. Other versions with extra content for that. So, was it the best purchase? Probably not, but I was having a really rough time around the time that I found these, actually finding stuff. So when I saw these games here, and they're in very good condition with their pamphlets and everything intact as well, I thought $4.99 for those, sure, why not? Now, moving on to the next game that I got here. I got this from Game Center. It is brand new. It's in the same, I'm not even too certain about this, but it has some association with Blaze Blue. I know that the people that made Blaze Blue made this game as well, but it is a completely different kind of game. It's an adventure game where it's kind of sort of like a storybook kind of game as well, and it's called X-Blaze Code Embryo. Not too familiar with it. I know there's a Vita version as well that's definitely worth a lot more money, but this one here was just $10, but I thought I'd get it and check it out. The characters look somewhat acceptable, and it does have an anime style to it as well, so why not for $10? Now, the last game that I want to show you guys is a game that you'd say, well, why don't you have this already? But it is a game that I have been trying to find for cheap enough for a while. Seems like every time that I find this game, it's priced over $20, and this time around it was just $20, and I actually used some trade credit as well at this store, so I ended up getting it for just $12. It's Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Fate of Two Worlds. I still need the other Marvel vs. Capcom 3 game that was also released on the PS3. I'm not too sure what the difference is between the two of them, but I did want to have these. I have this one here on the 360, and I do have Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom on the Vita as well, if I remember where I even put it, right here. But I definitely wanted to get the PS3 version of it as well. And again, I was seeing it for over $20 because it is a still very popular game that many people do play. So price is usually higher than you would assume it to be. And this one here was complete, came with the manual and the French manual as well, I believe, or just the it's just a double wide manual. But again, very happy to add that to my collection. Really wanted the PS3 version because I don't really play on my 360 anymore. As you can see, I still have it plugged in, but I really don't use it all that much anymore. But yep, that was my set of current and last gen video game pickups. As always, leave your comments in the comment section below. Anything you'd like to say, comments, questions, suggestions, ideas, anything at all, and I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Check out my Facebook, Twitter, and website. They're all linked in the description below, and also linked in the description below is a link to my 500 subscribers contest. Check that out as well if you'd like, and that's it. See ya.